Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the beginning of the semester, the first two units, I chose the issue of concussions and other head injuries within the sport of football. I chose this topic because personally I witnessed and experienced these concussions and other CTEs and head injuries firsthand. And right now it's kind of a rising issue and has a lot of spotlight. So I thought this would be a perfect time to inform people and start to get it in their heads on this important issue.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Yeah, so for our persuasive group speech, we decided on the topic of should college athletes be paid? And we were for supporting that. So for our call to action, we decided on something super realistic as going to your local student body government and have your voice heard through them so they can go to a higher level of president of NDSU and other admin and things like that. So we really wanted a feasible thing that students could do and have the power to do instead of just saying, "Oh, here you can do this," but it's not really realistic for kids to do. Um, we developed this call to action because one group member is currently a manager on a team for NDSU, and he talks to the players, and they feel like they have a deserving role in that. And all of our history of our whole group in athletics and how we understand the commitment that it takes. So we developed it from our prior knowledge and experiences, plus also some current ones.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I think if you ask my group members from the persuasive group speech what my biggest strengths are, they would say maybe teamwork and leadership. I really tried to take it upon myself to make sure the project was done right and effectively. I didn't try to make myself feel above them. I try to be equal as them, but I really try to take the role of initiating conversation and making sure everything was organized and everyone's part was um, correct. So I think the taking initiative and making sure everyone feels welcome and together and like they have a voice no matter how big the group is something I always try to do, but especially for this project.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
With this project, I think the most challenging thing to work with my team was the making the transition smooth because all of us have a different point and main point within the speech. So writing a speech together but also separate at the same time was challenging and new. Another thing that was very challenging, I thought, was kind of fitting the mindset of the one person that had this topic for the past two units, and then two of us joined on his side. So I think fitting his mindset and mentality and his prior knowledge of doing research for two previous units was a little challenging to adapt to, but it was ended up being okay in the end.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from COMM 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
I think, in short, the biggest thing to take away, even though there's many things that I have taken away from this class, was the more small role public speaking things that I could use in my everyday life. I'll always have those big lecture and group speech techniques in my back pocket, but those ones I could use in my everyday life and know how to approach someone, use my tone and body movement and things to that nature will make me succeed more in communication with people than some of the bigger things, but I'll always remember the big things too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity. I will hope to hear from you soon.